It's been tough times for the Indian auto industry. There's no taking away from that. But each year, the Auto Expo is an event that the industry, both here and abroad, and consumers look forward to with great excitement. This year, despite the fears over the coronavirus and reduced participation, the buzz is still very much alive. So hello and a very warm welcome to this special show. We're tracking the goings-on at the Auto Expo 2020. Yes, indeed. The Auto Expo 2020 has kick-started today. The launch is already in full swing this year. It's all about electric vehicles and smart mobility at that. From 7th to the 12th of February this year, nearly 30 companies are expected to showcase more than 70 models, and that includes both Indian as well as global brands. Today already, we've seen about 12 launches. While there weren't many bikes on day one, Suzuki's Katana has stolen the show with some breathtaking designs. They've also showcased their entire BS6 lineup for India. Of course, the real action is in the four-wheeler universe, where Maruti has unveiled the Futuro E concept and Tata Motors presenting its EV ecosystem. The big boys of the auto industry in India, they're now well and truly on the EV circuit. Mahindra, for one, has put out electric versions of its XUV as well as its KUV. That's the eXUV and the eKUV. And when we speak of new age technology, you're seeing Kia Motors and MG Hector get their latest offerings on display at the Auto Expo 2020. The 9-seater Kia Carnival has entered the MPV segment with price variants that start at 25 lakh rupees. And from the MG Hector stable, we have two vehicles coming out, the MG RC6 and the MG Marvel X. The new RC6 sedan looks more of a cross between a sedan and an SUV. And the MG Marvel X, it's a fully electric SUV that has made its debut in India with a range of 400 kilometers on a single charge. But first, before we get down to much more about each of these cars, let's connect with our colleagues Utkarsh and Parisha. They've been on ground zero. They've been looking at all these cars and they've covered day one of Auto Expo today. So over to them both. Parisha.
The theme for this year's Auto Expo is Where's Utkarsh? What are you doing there?
Well, Parisha, this is the theme of the Auto Expo 2020. You know, the showcasing of electric vehicles by all the Indian and foreign manufacturers. And the biggest difference is that till this point of time, having an electric vehicle in the portfolio was a form of mere tokenism that we have it. Now that's no more the case. Now there is serious competition coming in. You had the KUV launched at 8.5 lakhs. You had the Nexon launched at 14 lakhs. So the game is changing, and now EV is the real game, and the EV game has begun. That's the most important theme of the day.
Definitely, Utkarsh, all companies have upped their games. That's the biggest change. But is it all? Is that the only change you feel? Because you have been a regular here. You've been coming for all the previous years. How is this year's Auto Expo any different than the previous ones?
Well, you managed to have lunch today?
Yeah.
Well, that's the biggest difference. You know, in the earliest days, you were never so free. There were so many launches. In fact, the biggest difference was in the back, there used to be 3 floors and, you know, all of them used to be occupied. Now there's only 1 floor. Even the timings, they used to be given only 20 minutes to each launch. Now there's 30 minutes because majority of the companies have not participated. There's no two-wheeler presence at all. There are only very few two-wheeler makers who are present here. So clearly, it's not only about the fact that the market is down, there's an impact of the coronavirus, and more importantly, if you see, the whole value of auto shows is going down. We all have heard the news. The Frankfurt Auto Show is now cancelled, will be happening at a different place. But clearly, you know, if you look at the more important theme here is that EVs, it was the theme. But, you know, given the fact that the markets are down, there is a coronavirus impact, and the whole new digital era where you don't really need to come and physically watch the vehicle, there wasn't as much buzz as we normally see in an Auto Expo.
So definitely, yes, the Auto Expo might be losing its charm now, but EVs remain the theme.
Yes, but still, there's considerable action to speak about at the Auto Expo 2020. Already, we told you how Maruti has unveiled its latest electric SUV concept, which is the Futuro E. The country's largest automaker this time is trying to inculcate a global design perspective into this model that we are speaking about. It's the second consecutive edition of the Auto Expo where Maruti has introduced a concept electric vehicle. So we got into a conversation with the company's managing director, Kenichi Ayukawa. Listen to this.
The machinery that we have to responsibility more the environment friendly product. That's why also that we have to providing the realistic solution for the market. That's why we are proposing various alternative, not only EV but also strong hybrid and the CNG. Also considering that the affordability of the customer, what is a good solution for customer? Those kind of proposals we are preparing to the product, and we have to contribute to the environment friendly situation.
You know, when I kept asking in the market that when will the EV revolution happen, people said let Maruti enter and the revolution will start. By when can we see electric vehicles from Maruti really coming into the market?
Point is that the evolution is not so easy to suddenly coming. We have to prepare a lot of things. Infrastructure, also the cost issue, technology itself. That we have to do a lot of things to solve. That's why that we are preparing by ourselves, but not tomorrow from suddenly coming into those kind of product. It's not easy.
Any timeline by when can we see the electric vehicles from Maruti coming in the market?
We need some time. That it is very difficult to say that when.
No, let's speak about
Not committing to a timeline for the entry of electric vehicles. This is coming from the industry leader in India, Maruti. What about Tata Motors? Since the theme is about electric mobility, today we've seen Tata Motors bombard the expo with its new offerings and the new concept of mobility going ahead. We heard from the Tata Group chairman, N. Chandra, who showcased the EV ecosystem over at Tata Motors. And that's going to be put in place by not only Tata, but also the group companies. 4 new launches, of course, and 2 new concept cars have come to the fore from Tata Motors. Utkarsh, my colleague, has filed this report about the kind of moves we are seeing by Tata Motors in the electric mobility universe.
But Tata Motors was the highlight of the day with 2 new concepts on wheels, and more importantly, one almost a product-ready launch. The first one was the HBX concept. Now this is on the Alpha platform, the same platform where the almost has been built. That is much closer to the launch. 12 months later, see this coming into the market in more or less the same shape. Then what brought nostalgia to many of us was the Tata Sierra concept. Now we all remember back in the days when a lot of big politicians used to use the Sierra. That's the concept again. What the Tata Motors says is also a tribute to Ratan Tata, and this is the new Tata Sierra. This is an electric vehicle for the time, but a concept vehicle. We really do not know whether this will see the light today or not, unlike the HPX. But what's more important is the Gravitas. The Gravitas is the new SUV which is being launched, or almost launch ready. Which can be said a big brother, and on the
About electric mobility, but clearly as far as audio issues are concerned, we are facing problems over there, and we'll try and get you a clearer take. But meanwhile, over at the Tata Group as well, we got to hear the vision from Tata Sons chairman N. Chandrasekhar, and an additional view, perhaps a more specific word about the future coming in from Gwenter Buchek, the CEO and MD of Tata Motors Worldwide. And they've been spelling out the roadmap for Tata Group's electric vehicles thrust, and that includes a timeline for future EV launches and the company's narrative on sustainability as well. This is what we heard.
Connected aspirations, responsible and sustainable solutions is a national priority. With 2% of the vehicles from India on a world scale and 11% of the accidents, responsibility becomes very important. 14 out of the 15 most polluted cities being in India, we cannot emphasize the importance of sustainability. Tata Motors is pushing the envelope along with other Tata Group companies. On safety, as you know, we have both Nexon and Ultras being the safest vehicles in their categories. On sustainability, while we have launched 2 models since we launched the Tigor in 2017, Nexon last week, at least 4 more products coming in the next 18 to 24 months.
Everything you have seen today and what you are going to see in the future, it's going to come faster. It's going to come with less investment. It's going to give us a better proposition as far as contribution margin profitability is concerned. And it's going to de-risk our launches because there's a higher content which we know already. So having said this, starting point is Alpha, so the Ultras. And let's actually walk the show, if you don't mind, where I can take you one step further. The key characteristic of the Alpha architecture is, as we always said, the versatility. Possibly not by coincidence, but in order to prove the versatility, the HBX is going to be the next vehicle to come on the Alpha architecture, and it will actually get on the roads within less than 12 months after it was presented as a show car.
Okay.
So this is something you are going to see soon on the Indian roads, anywhere between today and the coming 12 months.
Good, and now let's speak about what's happening on the ground. How is the situation? The January numbers are out. Things still don't look upbeat
For the industry or for Tata Motors?
for the industry and Tata Motors both at this point of time. But I think
the industry, I think if we just ignore for a second statistics and the different approach of the different players in the transition BS4 to BS6, where the current statistic where everything is officially published on wholesale market shares still calculated on wholesale, although the industry has admitted that retail would be a much more realistic picture of the market reality. I think the months of Jan brought us back to reality. We had two moments of a spike in a positive way, but in a very muted, with a very muted extent. The one was festive season, where I said, oh, that could possibly be the beginning of something bigger. It was not the beginning of something bigger, it was just a festive season.
Well, those are the kind of views that came in from the Tata Motors stable. Meanwhile, what are the new entrants in the industry looking at? Kia Motors and MG. These are the ones that we are talking about. What exactly are their plans? What's brewing in their stables? At Auto Expo, we got a glimpse of just that. Parisha Tyagi getting us the details of the new entrants and what they're building right now, especially with the latest tech that they plan to bring to the table in the future. Parisha.
The auto sector might be reeling under a slowdown. The Auto Expo might be losing its charm. But nothing is holding back the new kids on the block from being aggressive about their approach when it comes to Indian auto sector. Yes, among the debutants at Auto Expo this year were Kia Motors, MG Hector and Great Wall Motors, and none of them seem to be out of spirit despite the slowdown in auto sector. While Kia Motors launched their high-end Kia Carnival, which is right behind me, MG Hector launched E200 electric vehicle. Great Wall Motors, on the other hand, announced a big investment of $1 billion in Indian auto sector. So yes, these were the new kids on the block, and when it comes to showing enthusiasm in Indian auto sector, they did not lack anything at all.
Say the last Auto Expo in 2018, our president, Mr. Hanwoo Park, he had committed that we will launch one new vehicle every 6 months. So after the Seltos, now 6 months down the line. So here we have the Kia Carnival, which is our latest entry into the Indian market. This creates a segment of its own. It's a luxury MPV. I can see the design as we call it, very extravagantly designed, and the features inside also are really top of the class. So since we are creating a new segment, it also has befitting features inside, like your this limousine version, the top end version, which starts at is priced at 33.95 lakhs, has got a dual power sunroof, VIP seating, a RAS seat entertainment system, the 10.1 inch touchscreen one, among other features, as well as a UO Connect system, which can be operated from a smart watch also. So it's really top of the line, and we believe that we already got a lot of interest from customers. We already had 3,500 bookings within, I think, less than 2 weeks after we announced the bookings. So we announced the launch date today with the price announcement. So we, I think, expect even...
What kind of response have you been getting for bookings and queries?
See, we started the bookings on 21st of January. So on the first day we received 1,400 bookings, 410 bookings to be very exact, and up to now we got 3,500 plus bookings. So today is the day we announce the price. So let's see how many more customers will be interested. Yeah.
So, will you start delivering right away?
Oh yes, we're delivering it right away. I may add that the top end actually we have received much more interest than we expected. Almost more than 70% of the bookings are for the top end.
So I think I'm happy we are talking about it, because the first thing which I want to make is, in your words, that we are more than tokenism on EV space, and we are participating in the whole ecosystem. We are developing partners, collaborating with lots of players about the battery life cycle management, end of battery, and also things like charging infrastructure. We are providing chargers from our side. So I think we are investing a lot. Our skin is into this game. And the kind of response what we have got on MGZS validates our theory and also puts more onus on us to make sure that we keep executing it well. So that's why we are showcasing today more EVs possibilities in our country. We have all kinds of things: small car, big car, sedan, and even this car, SUV, an EV. So we have the capability. We have these products available which are already doing well in some other markets. We can bring it to India depending on the response, depending on the price points, what customers expect. So we are here for a long-term haul on EV.
So you've had a nice start, and everybody, your competitors say, okay, let them wait for one more month. Let them wait for one more month. What's the MG Hector plan? What is the new entrants that they have, somewhere created a buzz in the otherwise dull market?
On that note, I would say lots of guys wrote our obituary before we came, right? And still they keep writing it. So, we face a very funny and unique kind of competition in which through WhatsApp and through social media, sometimes the negative aspect of that probably keeps happening, and they are relentless. But I think that
so many perspectives going over at the Auto Expo 2020 about marketing as well, especially from the newer players like MG, but much more coming up on the flip side of a small commercial break. How is the industry dealing with the slowdown? We've got more perspective on that, plus what FP and GU are planning as well for the auto world. All of it lined up here on this special edition of the Auto Expo 2020. Hello again, you're joining us on Auto Expo 2020. This is our special show with a focus on the big event taking place in the national capital. Now, can you imagine changing the color of the car in the blink of an eye? Well, Facebook surely has been dreaming of it and has tried to make it possible as well. This time, Auto Expo 2020 is not only for the auto enthusiasts, which of course many of us are, but also the big automakers. Also now, for people who love to flaunt their wheels on social media, keep the colors changing with a blink or a nod to make sure you get a snap of how you look. On a bike as well, you can get all of it on the Instagram booth to make your new profile pictures and boomerangs. So clearly we are thinking of all that presence on social media. My colleague has filed this report from the Auto Expo. Let's just take a very quick look to see what's in store.
All of us have heard of things happening at the blink of an eye in fairy tales, nighttime stories, anecdotes, but Facebook has made it happen for real. Yes, Facebook has come up with a filter which enables brands to promote their products, all of it at the blink of an eye, and that too literally. I'll show you how. So I'm holding this phone with XUV 300 car on the screen, and if I want to change the color of the car to look to see how it will look in different variants, all I'll have to do is to blink. So I am blinking at the car. See, the color changed. I'll blink again. Oh, the color changed again. So all I have to do to change the color is not even swipe. I'll have to keep blinking and the color will change. You want me to change the colors twice? Wait. See? You saw me changing colors of Mahindra XUV 300 just at the blink of an eye. Now I will show you what I can do through a simple nod. I have with me another cool filter on Facebook. I just nodded and here I have a helmet on my head. This filter gives me an experience like I am riding TVS Jupiter, and I can access all details here just with a simple nod. I never knew nods could be this powerful. And for those of you who can't let a minute pass without updating your status on Instagram, Facebook, clicking pictures, updating them, Facebook has this cool, cute setup where you can enter, click your pictures, make boomerangs and whatnot. So let me try out one of these. So my next profile picture is going to be one with these cute little bubbles. I had a lot of fun with the bubbles. Let's see how my picture turned out. Not bad. I just got a new profile picture.
All the customers for the auto industry are now on Facebook and other social platforms. So how do we bring them to the auto industries where we work on our piece? So therefore, we see ourselves as a very core part of the industry, helping them solve for the business problems versus just being an outside advertising platform. So that's one reason why I think we are core to this industry. So not a surprise at all that we are part of this. I think we are part of the industry and helping them work and get to the customers at the most efficient and effective manner that we see.
Blink and a nod can do a lot of things, clearly, and social media, you can't do without it. So social media wants a slice of the action, even from the auto world. That is quite obvious. But what about our mobile players? Now, drivers, they cannot yawn anymore while driving a car. Of course, this is going to be caught thanks to Jio's smart mobility. This is what they're bringing to the table at the Auto Expo this time. They're bringing in technology to make your old car into a smart car, whether it's getting connected to the internet or getting an inbuilt voice control as well. Parisha has been doing a bit of discovery on this count too over at the Jio counter. Take a look at this.
I'm here at Reliance Jio in Auto Expo 2020, and Jio has come up with a technology to collaborate with automakers to make everyday journey a lot more safer. So here's this device which needs to be installed within your car. With this device comes with an emergency button. In case of an emergency, you can simply press this button and it will help you fetching help from ambulance, from medical services, police and a lot more. So let's see what happens when an accident happens or any other mishap occurs and you press this emergency button. So this is a system which helps you fetch help, support in case of an emergency. Here is a demo showing you how it actually takes place. So as soon as the emergency happened, a message was sent to control room and everybody swung into action to provide help at the spot of mishap. Reliance Jio is showcasing a technology to turn your old car into a smart one. Yes, they have come up with this new technology which enables you to have a Wi-Fi, a digital experience while driving. It makes your travel a lot more safer, and it also helps you enrich your driving experience. You want to know how? Let's find out. So this system operates through an app and a hardware device which needs to be installed inside your car. This app gives you several options. This is the control. When you go to control, you can avail several features like route planning, geofence. Geofence helps you limit your travel area which you cannot go out of, or app sends you an alert if you go out of the safe area.
All right, so that's what we discovered over at the Jio counter. Meanwhile, what's our review saying about the Auto Expo Day 1? Kranti Sambhav of Times Drive has spoken about it. Let's get you a quick one.
So we are at the Auto Expo 2020. I am with Kranti Sambhav, the editor Times Drive. Kranti, how many of the Auto Expos have you covered till this point of time?
Thanks for this question, and we did so many takes. So now I remember, now I can calculate. I think it was 9 Auto Expos.
9.
This is the 9th one.
9 में सबसे ठंडा यही है?
सबसे ठंडा यही है, and thankfully with this ठंडापन, I have, and I think you also, some energy left कि 2-3 चक्कर और काट सके.
Lunch हो गया?
Lunch हो गया.
That is the thing. Auto Expo Day 1.
That's rare.
आप सुबह खा के आते थे कि यार, you know, it's a complete day gone. Now in the evening only. You're from Delhi, right?
Yeah, I'm from Delhi.
For Bombay guys, like रात में जाके कहीं कुछ अच्छा खाना खाया जाएगा दिल्ली का, बट पूरा दिन जो है वो काम ही रहेगा, पुरानी दिल्ली जाके पेट पूजा ही होगी। मारुति की बात करते हैं, एस्प्रेसो जो कॉन्सेप्ट दिखाया, कितना द फ्यूचर हुई, सॉरी एस्प्रेसो का कॉन्सेप्ट लास्ट टाइम दिखाया था, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग। तो how real do you think this will make it in the form that it is?
I'm not sure it will, but I'm kind of happy that it was looking like a concept. Because halfilal mein, if you look at all the products, most of them are, they call it concept, but they are production ready one.
Well, that's what we got by way of a review. Yes, there is much more to be expected from Auto Expo 2020. The action is only just hotting up over there. We've seen a few launches. Electric mobility is the big theme. What else is in store? You've got to watch this space. Thanks for joining us for this special edition.